Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you a new ranked game, and as you can see, I am playing 11th ACAV for the first time, actually. And well, this is because we will soon have a league coming up, and also the 2-day tournament, also organized by Steel Division League. So I wanted to play, actually useful divisions and get used to them. 11th ACAV, in my opinion, is still an S tier division, one of the best, overshadowed by the VDV divisions, maybe also by 5E, though I think they're pretty equal. They're obviously different to each other, yeah, who would have guessed? But overall, I think they have a pretty similar power level. You can see we are on 2 legs on the good side, up against 25 Wido. And as you know, I think this division is A tier. In some matchups, I would even say A plus or S minus. And I would say on 2 legs, it's a pretty good division. So I wasn't really happy with the matchup, and especially because it's like the first time I'm playing 11th, it's gonna be rough. But that's what you have to deal with if you play divisions for the first time, which I guess is why a lot of people just spam the same divisions over and over again, especially S tier divisions. Well, I can respect, for example, Skate for spamming the same division over and over again because he just played 119th for, I don't know, 1 billion hours. Then he switched to 25Y for some time, and then back to 119th again. But yeah, well, in general, a lot of people just play the one division that they think is cool and is also very good and play it forever. And I mean, honestly, it's a game, so I won't blame them. But I want to be like don't want to be a one-trick pony, to put it like that. And yeah, so you can see I am going with some Bundesgrenzschutz recon squads on the right-hand side, just for some cheap recon information. Milan 2. In general, my idea was to make a defensive deployment in Zulu and then do a big attack in the beginning into Oscar, because while I'm not forward deployed, he also hasn't anything forward deployed, except for obviously, well, recon, but no actual forward deployed infantry. So I thought that this would be a good idea to take Oscar. I should be able to hold Zulu for some time, and also you rarely see people go for Zulu in the beginning with armored divisions, so I just hope that he wouldn't do that, and that we would maybe have a fight over Oscar, and I have more high HP infantry. He has more fire support though, because he gets BMP2s with a lot of his infantry. But yeah, that was the idea. You can see, starting with the Kiowa Warrior. So it's also, I think, the first time that I'm using this unit, or one of the first times. Mostly I don't, because it's fairly expensive and only 4 HP, so it just basically dies to everything. It will die even just to gun runs, also because it has 0% ECM. You can see 2 LRS, one here to the right of the sector to cut off the or like have information on the reinforcement road, and an M1A1 ACAV going with it to cut off the reinforcement road, and then the LRS here in front of the town to see if anything goes into those buildings, for my engineers to be able to, or for me to be able to decide whether I go in with my engineers or whether I will have to unload them early. Kiowa Warrior will obviously also help with that, because yeah, I mean, it's recon as well, exceptional optics actually. I thought it had very good. Oh, well, that's good to know. Exceptional optics. So that's nice. You can see I'm deploying 2 engineers and 1 engineer dragon. 1 Iltis to the left side to capture the +2 sector, 1 Iltis to the right side to capture the Alpha +2 sector. And yeah, then into the town, I just have Milan 2 engineer dragon. I think I will get rid of the Stinger.
I'm listening, Captain.
Because I still needed an F-16 for some air support in case he tries to dive the Kiowa. And there's another problem with the division. Like, while I think it's S tier, it really struggles now because of its fighters, since the shotgun ASFs have been massively nerfed with the whole stress on miss thing. The F-16 shotgun fighter really isn't as good as it once was, and the standard F-16 is also pretty shit now because it costs 245 points. That's almost as much. Like that's only 5 points less than an ACAV-27, and the ACAV-27 is just straight up better in every way. So this really sucks. But I mean, that's the only thing I have. I mean, I also have an Eyehawk, obviously, but to protect the Kiowa, I need the F-16 and not an Eyehawk. Or like I need a fighter, and I only have the F-16s as fighters. So yeah, that was the plan. And we started. I wanted a bit more time before the start because when I loaded into this match, my little cat came up and wanted to snuggle with me, so I had to pet him because it's very cute. So very nice for my enemy to wait. So thanks to him. So yeah, deployed the F-16, searching around for some helicopters, and I spot a helicopter. I wasn't sure whether 25Y gets the recon Mi-24s or not. Well, turns out it gets them. So quickly go in to kill it off. Luckily the AIM-9M hits. The AIM-9M is still a fantastic missile. It's just the problem is that the Sparrows are pretty bad. Or like, not really bad, they're just mediocre, and you only have 2 of them. And yeah, this is just not that good. And you also only have 2 of the AIM-9Ms. Yeah. And yeah, then my BGS goes in and I see that he just has a massive blob here. My Kiowa didn't spot anything, so at this point I knew that he has pretty much everything on the right hand side. Milan 2 definitely won't be able to get in there. So he just had a massive amount of recon T-64s and Motorzytka with the recon BMP2s. Also deployed the Engineer Dragon further back. Obviously this is not the best spot for the Engineer Dragons because obviously the Dragon doesn't have range to engage units in the open here. And but there just wasn't any time. So I quickly call in the F-16 in the hopes of sniping off a unit. Yeah, of course it misses the BMP2 because, I mean, why wouldn't it miss, as it always does. I see that he has a helicopter command, which you don't see very often. I was still moving in fairly defensively in the town because I didn't want my stuff to get sniped there. I tried to get the F-16 to kill a coup, and it does. Like, it missed the BMP2 while it was on full cohesion, and then when it had no cohesion, it hit the coup. Yeah, bruh. Tried to maybe get the gun run kill on the Mi-9 command helicopter, but yeah, obviously without the AIM-9s, it stands no chance. Su-27 double vet comes in and hits 242. I mean, I guess 61% accuracy, but I still have 30% ECM, so this should be more like 40% accuracy, and he still hits 242. That was very unlucky. Going on a second F-16. One misses, and the second one also misses. So, I mean, because he has double vet, he has more like 40% ECM. So yeah, this is very bad for me, and I quickly call in the quick fix to at least see whether when he completely pushes through here, so that I know what's going on. F-16's circling around, should be circling a bit further back. I mean, at this point it's pretty much useless against planes because it shot both of the Sparrows, which is again the whole problem with this goddamn plane. Like, only 2 missiles is just such a pain, and that's one reason why the Su-27 is so much better. And I think the price of the Su-27 is fine. I don't think it should be, maybe it should be like 5 points more, but I don't really think it should be. I just think the F-16 should be a little cheaper. Also not by much, but 200, like, this is 245 and this is 250 points. Like, this is just ridiculous. This one just has so many more missiles. And also better missiles. Even without the double vet. Like, I just don't get it. Quick fix, quickly landed it, but I mean, now I'm afraid that he will push through with his tanks and just snipe off the quick fix with, well, his tanks. Calling in some reinforcements slowly. I need AA defenses, but I can't afford AA defenses because I have nothing on the ground. Now the BMP2 drives through and I try to quickly retreat the quick fix and land it behind the tree line here to maybe save it. F-16AT also ready to go again because it wasn't hit by the AA, luckily, but I mean, I didn't want to call it in while the Su-27 was circling around. Call in the shotgun F-16, and because I saw that his Su-27 was circling around, so I tried to quickly snipe it off while it was, well, circling and not looking at me. Su-27 comes in and again hits 242. Like, what the fuck is that? Hits once again. More hits. is now stressed. Doesn't matter? No, of course not. It again hits me. So this RNG was just ridiculous. Like, I mean, of course he's expected to win more than losing if it's double vet, but I mean, this was just a joke. Hitting every missile against 30% ECM planes. Bradley here smoked off in time, but I mean, now I kind of have to engage this BMP-2 in the hopes of, well, getting some kill. Luckily his Concourse misses, though my Milan 2 I guess also missed, or because it didn't even do half, or did exactly half damage. No, not even half damage. Yeah, I guess it was just a grazing hit. Some more infantry recon also coming in, because the Bradley obviously on its own is not enough. Nothing on the left hand side though, but now the problem is, because I know that he has shit tons of BMP2s and T-64s, I didn't exactly want to use all my infantry and reroute, and also because he obviously also can still reroute his units and go through here. So that's why I'm still keeping my units in the back. You can see I kind of repositioned the M1A1 to look down this road. Though now I'm again repositioning it to look down this road. Because I saw that nothing was coming through here. But at least I'm still ticking, so that's something. Supplies coming in. Also the second M1A1 tried to push his T-64 over the open, and I mean, there was nothing there for it to stop him, so could have just done it. Boarding the I-16, because I just need some air defenses. I don't want my Bradleys and M1A1s to get bombed. Because remember, the 25th also has a very, very important ground attack capability in its air tab, together with very good planes, which is one of the reasons why I think this division is way better than most, like not most, but than a lot of people make it out to be. Like, if you want, you can air spam like an absolute madman with it, or tank spam like I do it, and BMP spam. So yeah, I just don't understand why people think this division is bad. 25 wide it is. BMP-2 here drives a little too close to the engineers, but I mean, they're pretty stunned out, so they will most likely miss. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's to be expected. BMP-2 try to use his Concourse, so I quickly smoke off and then drive through the smoke to snipe it off, and I make it work. Luckily, the A1 missed. Bradley, I don't know why Bradley spotted the BMP-2 later than the BMP-2 spotted the Bradley. Maybe the stealth is different. No, it even has better optics. Okay, that's weird. M1A1 sniped off the second BMP-2, but I quickly retreated because I have used the smoke, so I want to reload it to be able to fend off all those ATGMs. And again, once planes come in, that was hard to say. I need something to defend myself. Kill the Coop with the seat, but unfortunately the seat just wasn't able to snipe the Mi-9. This F-16 now is too late, and then Su-27 already coming in. My missiles again missing. He double taps me once again. I mean, what am I supposed to do at this point? Like, all his planes just have a 100% hit rate apparently. I think his Su-27 missed one missile at this point. This is just an absolute joke of RNG. So yeah, his helicopter lands, he captures the sector and will be at a +4 tech now. There's nothing I can do against that because I don't have enough units here, because I was trying to stop his air, or rather his ground pushes with my air, which kind of worked, then until his 100% accuracy Su-27 came in and just killed all my planes. So now I have to invest in the IHawk, and yeah, just hope that I can hold for long enough to be to stabilize, but not take long enough for him to get an overwhelming advantage. Try to get the BGS out in time. I have a Bradley back here, but it's slightly out of range of the BMP-2, and I don't really want to push in to engage the BMP-2. I know that more reinforcements came in because those are standard BMP-2s and not the recon BMP-2s, so there will be some infantry in the forest here as well, and obviously also more BMP-2s, so more ATGMs. Another seed run coming in. Maybe we'll get a seater on the Mi-9 as well. It doesn't though. Gets the harm onto the Coop at least, so I mean, that's something. That's okay. Obviously said that I didn't get the Mi-9, but in general, that's a decent trade. I mean, I think I have killed 3 Coops now, 1 with the AT plane and 2 with the seats, so that's very nice. And now I see units moving in here. I'm not very worried about them because I have the Bradley supporting the BGS here. That should be fine. Also kept the transport for the IHawk in case I will need to reposition it because of, yeah, well, artillery or air spam or his tanks just pushing through, whatever. I mean, air spam in the sense of if I see that his bombers are coming in for the IHawk, I would want to reposition it because I only have one. I also think you only get one card. At least I'm 99% sure. And yeah, well, now I'm just slowly building up. I don't want to engage too early to lose my tanks because I know how 25Y is played. He will just have insane amounts of T-64s and BMP-2s, so I don't want to engage him too early. Here I'm driving out towards this direction because I saw some units deploying in the open, so I thought that I might be able to snipe them off. You can see also more infantry coming in, CEV for some infantry support. Here supplies to repair the BGS so I don't lose a recon information, and Panzergrenadier with Marder so that he doesn't get any crazy ideas of moving over the open. Marder and Bradley should be absolutely able to deal with every possible threat there is. Here, yeah, Bradley spots the BMP-2s too late because they were in forest, so I mean that makes sense. M1A1 was a bit mismicroed. Here also fuck up the smoke micro because it was still on an attack move order, and I think I somehow shift-clicked the smoke command. Move the Panzergrenadier over the open as some distraction. It's obviously not the best move, but in this case, yeah, you know, I'm kind of not in a position to do anything super perfect, because this is also the moment that I actually realized that, no, well, hold on, he's at a +4. Before I did, I was more, you know, thinking about that he might be at a +2. Here, by the way, M1A1 misses at this range once again. Fucking hell. And now we'll get fucked up by billions of ATGMs. The smoke was... I waited a bit too long with the smoke. And I also was sure that I would be able to get a T-64 recon, but of course I wasn't, because of course my M1 is gonna miss, right? It's not like it has like 70% accuracy and it was basically not stunned at all. And it was at 1,800 meters range or something. Yeah, so the early game was just... I mean, on the one hand, well done by my enemy, like, it was definitely a good idea to just invest everything into here. I just wasn't expecting him to do that, because mostly you leave the sector open if you play against forward deployed division. But I'm not forward deployed, so that's why I assumed that he wouldn't do that. But yeah, well, I mean, it worked out for him fairly well. But I mean, the RNG afterwards was still just an absolute joke. M1A1 here getting stuck on the Modrazvetka, now engaging the T-64. I mean, this battle should be going in my favor pretty nicely. But now he engages with the second T-64. The recon one though got an ammo explosion, or fuel explosion? I didn't pay attention. Well, something exploded, so it lost a lot of HP. So that's at least something. We'll use up a lot of supplies to repair. But yeah, well, my tank needs to repair now as well. Bradley also repairing for the time being. This is the M3A2, so this is the better one with more HP and tandem. Told you, this will be very helpful against his era tanks. I forgot how this stupid thing is called. Yeah, well, now the CEV obviously can't do anything against those tanks, especially when they're out of gun range. My infantry here was moving up slowly but surely and not encountering anything in the forest. Well, now I encountered the Motorstroke in the building, which explains a lot. Bought in a command tank as well, coming with the F-16 AT, snipe off the Straton M quickly. Get hit by second AA pistol in return. Coup missed though, luckily. I mean, that was definitely worthwhile. And here on its way back, it spotted the Mi-9 actually, but I didn't. Because I didn't notice that, like, for whatever fucking reason, I mean, if you look at this side, the area behind the spawn is, like, very small. And then you look at this side, and the area behind my land spawn, look at this. That's like, what, like 3.5 or 4 kilometers of area behind the spawn zone. I never even noticed that this is so big, because I didn't know that this helicopter could sneak behind here. So this was just insane bullshit map design. Or I just never knew that the area here is so goddamn big. I was sure that my IHawk would be able to cover the whole area, because I thought that the area goes like to here or maybe to here. But not to here, like what the hell? My infantry is slowly but surely moving through. M1A1 engaging enemy targets, though he smoked off, I smoked off, now I retreat so that I don't lose it the same way I did lose my M1A1 ACAV, snipe off his recon T64. He's moving in more Strela 10Ms, I guess because he was afraid of air spam, and I mean, I guess it makes sense because he has now lost 3 coups in a Strela 10M. Maybe he also didn't notice that he killed several of my planes, or he thought that I just prioritized air spam more, which would have been a fair assumption considering how much air I used. But this was more because, I mean, I knew that he would be overstretching his line while pushing through here early on, that's why I bought in air early. And I mean, it should have worked if his SU-27 wouldn't have had the most bullshit RNG that I have ever witnessed in my life. Tries artillery my Bradley, definitely good idea by him, but I was already retweeting it because it was damaged, so jokes on him. Finally recaptured the sector, so I'm stopping the tick. But now the M1A1 is in danger by a lot of ATGMs and tanks. And because I used the smoke to get into the sector, I don't have smoke anymore. Now he bought in a mortar and is starting to smoke himself. More infantry coming into the forest, because I was just assuming that I would face more infantry at some point, but well, fun fact, I wasn't facing more infantry. Panzer Grenadier missing. That 165% accuracy, by the way. Now 2 M1A1s and a Bradley engaging a T64 stands no chance, smokes off and retreats. But, well, my M1A1 command now is very low, so I need to wait and repair it. Spot an Igla with the Panzer Grenadiers, so this will be dead very shortly. He moves forward his T64s. No idea why he did that. Like, there was absolutely no reason to do that. But, I mean, I guess that was his move, so he loses 3 T64s in short succession. Although, yeah, one was in the forest line here. One of the benefits of the Dragon and Dragon 2 and Metis nerfs is that they now have a shorter, like minimum range and can actually engage in forests. SU-27 comes in, and another plane flies directly towards my IHawk, so I was 99% sure that this would be seed. So I turned it off, then I turned it on again when it turned away, and yeah, it is actually seed. Turn it off again, my IHawk, and then turn it on again. Yeah, 0 hits. Again, nice RNG. I mean, it has 50% accuracy, ECM, so I guess, but it was so close. I mean, you would expect at least one IHawk to hit there at such a close range. Here I'm counter-battering his mortars, as I always say. If your enemy is using mortars, always counter-battery them. If they're like infantry mortars, and in this case, I think no Soviet division has actual like mechanized mortars. But now he uses his artillery to kill my IHawk, and yeah, I should have moved it a lot earlier. Or well, I should have moved it immediately after it engaged the SU-27 and the seed MiG-27. So that was my mistake. Well, then second howitzer as well now. More infantry coming in. Panzer Grenadier in the Marder to have more infantry and also more ATGMs. Recapturing the sector once again. One infantry in the forest line has died, so that's not optimal, but in general still in a pretty decent position. Killed off one of his, another one of his Motorazvedka. Another Strela 10M going down, so that was nice. Something is in this forest line still, and of course it instantly stuns my M1A1, and this is now pretty much dead because I cannot do anything with it. He deployed like 5 Saperi RPOs in this forest line, which was pretty painful, but on the other hand, these 2 M113s will pretty much counter his whole Saperi deployment. So my first reaction was like, fuck, and then I remembered that, oh yeah, right, RPOs, they can't do anything as vehicles. So I just need to push them forward and get rid of them, of the RPOs that is. M3A2 drives a bit too close to the BMP2, so I retreated because I don't want to lose that. You don't get many of them, like you get 3 M3A2s and 3 M3A1 Bradleys, and those are the only Bradleys you get, so I would rather keep that alive. Sell this truck now because, I mean, I'm not going to use it anyway now with the IHawk being dead. Buying in a second one, so that I still have air defense up. Yeah, M113 slowly moving through, and then he captures X-ray, and I didn't notice at first because I was busy looking at the right side. It actually wasn't a helicopter that was bullshitting around the back of the map, because it ran out of fuel. It was a helicopter that moved around here. And I mean, that was honestly, I mean, very annoying, but I will always say that like backline action is like absolutely fair. Like here, obviously, the map design is absolute horseshit because 2 Lakes is the worst map in the game and needs to be deleted. But other than that, backline action is absolutely fine, and I knew that he had helicopter commands. I just should have bought in literally 1 stinger here. But yeah, well, again, that's what happens when you play Division for the first time. By the way, nice, I hope it's the seat. You do such mistakes where you don't think about very basic stuff because you are like busy trying to remember what your division in general is able to do. And also in this case, because he completely pushed through here, and I was really struggling to retake the sector. Now I have retaken the sector finally, but I was still expecting a new attack, so that's why I was so busy looking here. Also, I micro the IOC on time this time, and tried to counter battery him, because, well, why not? And yeah, all his Saperi RPOs are still just in one big blob. And I mean, at this point, I was pretty sure that I would at least, well, not lose the game, but I wouldn't have a chance of winning. Oh, I don't know whether this is now or shortly. It was when I realized that I lost the sector because he's at a +4. So I lose in 2 minutes. I need to get a command in here in 2 minutes, and I don't know what he has here. Obviously, I know that he captured it with some command, but I don't know what else he has in there. More M1A1s coming to the right-hand side. Yeah. So, by the way, counter battery to artillery, yeah, now I definitely know. But I hope that I would be able to get him before he reaches the 1900 point threshold, because then I can still actually win. If he gets over 1900 points, the only thing I can still get would be a draw. And for that, I would obviously need to push completely through because I only have 300 points. A recon helicopter to obviously spot what's going on there. Quickly rerouted the ultis that was upwarding the artillery, and then used the ultis that was here to, again, upward the artillery. And I mean, this was really annoying, because I had the feeling that my enemy, like, he wasn't even microing very well. Like, he just had, like, the whole, like, this whole RPO buy in here was just, yeah, ooga booga, I buy in 5 infantry squads and then put them all in one spot. And he also didn't particularly micro his T-64s and AA well. It was, and I mean, it was still my mistake, right? Because I misplayed. But it's just annoying if you misplay against somebody who just plays bad, and then you lose because of that. So that was really, really annoying. I saw the Mi-9, the command helicopter that was out of fuel, that had to land here. Then I spot the second Mi-9, quickly put the F-16AT on it so that I get rid of it as well. And yeah, just completely deleting the RPO that can do nothing against it. Get sideshot because the Reddies were a bit too far back and didn't spot the T-64s in time. Bail out the T-64, lol. And I mean, in this case, obviously you might say, well, that was also a mistake, but I would say, I mean, not really, because I was just running out of time. I need to get in, like now. Because I need to make up 1,700 points approximately to get a draw. So I was just under immense amounts of pressure. So yeah, still a BMP2 in here. Gets the Martyr. That's like an okay loss to have at this point. Losing the command M1A1 was definitely a lot more painful. Push forward the M113s, or not, push forward the ultis that then spots the Motorzetka that wasn't spotted by this LRS, because the church here has very weird sidelines towards this direction. It, for whatever reason, just gets blocked completely towards here. And yeah, I just tried to drive the ultis forward in the hopes that maybe he just left this zone completely undefended, but yeah, fun fact, he didn't. So yeah, that was really bad. Slowly moving the infantry through the forest line together with the M113s. Have to repair all my stuff here. More units coming in for an attack into Zulu with more tanks and more infantry. M1A1 here was brought in for some support in the forest against tanks. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have tanks left here. Maybe he has some further back. I can't remember actually. Stingers and BGS should have been also moving up to here, honestly, but I kind of forgot about him. Gonna be honest. Though I didn't forget about the units here, so that's at least something. Moved them up together with the push here. Also buying a new Kiowa, because I know that his AA unit has to be pretty weak now. I have killed off several Stratanems. I'm pretty sure I killed off his last coup as well when I was pushing through here. So you only can have like a few manpads and 2 or 3 Stratanems for like the rest of the game. SU-27 still circling around to the back. Bruh. Moving up the Ihawk as well, so that they can actually cover the push. Bringing in the seat and the F-16AT, but I didn't spot anything for any of the planes. SU-27 max range hits again. 40% ECM, by the way. Okay, whatever. But I think it missed at least 1 missile again, so now we're up to 2 missiles missed by this SU-27. Wow, insane. Yeah, Motorzetke here in a very bad position now. Kiowa might be able to get a kill on the Recon BMP2. Yeah, gets the kill. Very, very nice. I kept a quick fix back here in case he would try to do some funny backline action once more. More mortars being killed, because I really didn't want to die to some smoke place getting his command into the sector, because I mean he only needs 24 points to like literally win point wise, so I really needed to be careful with that. F-16 diving in for the T-64s. Hopefully I can get by the SU-27. Of course I can't get one T-64 at least in return, so hey, not the worst outcome for the day. And I also think it missed 1 missile once again. Wow, 3 missiles missed. Tried to counter battery me, but of course I was moving my artillery against the Mstars. I will absolutely always move my artillery. And I mean, because I counter battery his first Mstar, I thought that I might as well try to counter battery the second one. My tanks moving against his tanks. His tanks obviously a lot more cost effective, but I have a lot of tanks. Or, well, I mean, 3 tanks and 2 Bradleys and a Marder, so a lot of armored vehicles. Another Bradley coming in. Finally moving up the BGS a little bit further forward. This M1 though kind of getting low, so really need to retreat that actually. Also should have been keeping alive my Marders a little bit better at this point, but yeah, though, as I said, position that I'm in is pretty wonky. I am running out of time, and so I kind of had to go for risky moves like that. The M1A1 here moved out of the forest line to help this armored push here, but I mean now I see that they are also very low and decide to smoke them off and retreat. M1A1, well, against like 3 or 4 tanks, obviously not a very good fight. Yeah, more infantry coming into the town. Spotted his recon here, but the artillery was it was a little bit too far back, so misaimed it a little bit. Brady here, I don't know why I didn't retreat it further again. Maybe misclick or it ran out. Yeah, it ran out of fuel actually. Oh, lol. Okay, at least I got the T-64A in return. Yeah, I kept the Bradley alive for too long. Yeah, I rerouted the Bradley into this forest line because I was really afraid that he would just try to push through with this tank blob here in a like last hurrah move. I can't remember. There's a term for that. Hail Mary. God damn it! I couldn't remember it. Yeah, in a Hail Mary move to just like smoke scum the road and then drive into the sector. But luckily he didn't, and yeah, infantry units again, still slowly moving forward through the forest line. Infantry is in the town once again. M1A1 is repaired, so I can get it in. And at this point I was pretty sure that I could be able to get the draw, at least. And that would be fine for me, because, yeah, well, as I said, I was really annoyed that I could be losing against an enemy that played bad, but I just did, like, a small amount of mistakes that were very crucial, and that fucked me up, and then plus that just ridiculous air RNG that he had, which definitely didn't help. But yeah, I was definitely more salty about myself, because I can't change anything about the RNG, right? The RNG is just what it is, while I could have made better decisions, with especially this, literally a stinger to the left-hand side would have been enough. But hey, you live and you learn. And yeah, as I said, especially if you play Division for the first time, you have to expect to do mistakes. Kiowa here getting shot at by a stinger that it doesn't see. So, by the way, again, people that are saying, oh yeah, it's impossible to ambush, you can see everything. Like, bruh, it's an exceptional recon helicopter that can't see a stinger literally firing, and a manpad's literally firing at it. It's not like you can see everything all the time. Like, those people are just lying to you, or they just don't know shit. You can definitely still do ambushes, and not everything is visible all the time. Yeah. So T-64s here still an issue. Yeah, well, the CEVs can't really do anything against them. I was kind of just pushing them forward to see what's going on. And again, because I'm running out of time. Oh yeah, the one coup actually survived. Oh, interesting. But only M113 killed it. It's now a max bet M113. Amazing 35% accuracy on the 50 kill. Yeah, all the CEVs went down because the M1A1s were a bit too late. See a bunch of infantry in this building, so, you know, might as well target it with the artillery. I was moving up the artillery closer to the front line, because, I mean, obviously I had it in the back here to begin with because we were fighting over Alpha, but now we will be fighting over Lima, which is much further forward, so might as well bring the artillery further forward as well. M1A1s engaging now, and I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M1A1s. So very nice blob of M1A1s. God damn, what's going on today? Again, S-27 max range kills the seat. Just what the fuck? Yeah, this M1A1 definitely needed to smoke off and retreat. M1A1 died to something, so yeah, I was microing my M1A1s pretty well throughout the game, but then towards the end, because I was really trying to push through aggressively, I was fucking up a lot. Lost 2 M1A1s for basically no reason, so need to buy in a new one, which is really bad, especially for the command tank, because this is just time that I'm wasting, and I don't have time. As for the T-64 command in the forest line, so again, just keep my infantry moving through. They still haven't been stopped, by the way. Still just literally the same 4 infantry squads moving forward and forward and forward. I also spotted the T-64 command tank in the forest there. So I was pretty sure that he would try to sneak it into here. But yeah, well, jokes on him, I have the M1A1 ACAV still sitting there. Yeah, well, now the infantry that's on the edge of the forest line here will be getting fucked up quite well. Put the artillery on the T-64, just in case. What are the engineers? The engineers are engaging the resupply vehicle. Yeah, also should have put the supply helicopters a little bit further forward. More M1A1 and CEV coming in, and also more infantry, Milan 2, because now I can finally put the Milan 2 into the building where I wanted to put it initially. And yeah, you can see now the smoke mortars coming in, but yeah, his T-64 is now pretty badly damaged and cohesion damaged, so it will be very slow moving out, and yeah, as I said, the M1A1 will finish it off, most likely anyway. BGS here should have also been moving up further forward, but I really wasn't microing too well at this point in the game. I was just trying to move in and overwhelm him. No time for like big strategy plays. Just rush B, rush Lima, I guess. IHawk needed to be moved further forward again, because now we will be, as I said, fighting over Lima. It's in a position for fighting over, what is it actually called? Over Zulu, but not Lima. Now the infantry squads here are slowly being taken care of by his tanks. Pretty sure, yeah, the engineer dragons are out of ammo. Finally. Kill of the T-64 here with the M1A1 ACAV. So yeah, exactly as I predicted. His move didn't work. Sea Knights being some nice support here. He is bringing in some manpads though, so those will be very dangerous to the Sea Knight. Luckily misses though. Missed again. Yeah, like, his manpads are absolutely shit, but like his fighter was insane. Much rather would have been losing the Sea Knight in the end than losing all my planes in the beginning. And yeah, well, big blob of tanks just pushing through slowly but surely. Infantry also now being called in. Retreated the M1A1 because I saw several tanks coming in and I didn't want to lose it once again. because I really can't afford to do that. I really should have retreated the helicopters again and moved up the UH-60s. Milan 2 here also came in as some additional ATGM support. See something flying in from there. Here I was a bit cocky, smoking off and then driving forward in the hopes that I could see it maybe with the recon helicopters. Now a bunch of Su-25s coming in, but luckily my tanks were on an attack move order, and once they killed the T-64 they started moving forward again. So his bombing run unfortunately missed the... So like hit the M1A1s in the back, but missed the M1A1s in the front. And like the ATGM here is still alive, gets a big side shot on the M1A1. Artillery was just a little bit too slow, which was a bit unlucky. Calling in the IRTIS as well as some additional command in case his M1A1 goes down, because who God knows, he might be trying to SPAM now. He brings in a seat and then he gets a bailout. Like, what the hell? What was going on this game? I was just so sad. Like, why? Why does this get bailed out by the MiG-27C that used its gun on this front armor and it wasn't even completely stunned? The whole bailed out crit is, in general, is such bullshit. It doesn't even feel good if you get it on the enemy because it just feels cheesy. Because it has nothing to do with health or cohesion. You can literally get like a bailout or first hit with like the shittiest ATGM in the game. It's so bad. It's so dumb. So yeah, at this point I kind of expected that this was over. Like, I can't get in time here because of his Motostrelki. They will one-shot the IRTIS. The M1A1 at least would have armor, right, to kind of counteract that. But the IRTIS doesn't have any armor, obviously, because it's an IRTIS. I'm slowly getting rid of him, but it's just too slow. Bought in a new recon squad as well, because I, kind of remembered that, yeah, right, recon is like a thing in this game. Also used the M1A1 to quickly get in here, because I know that, I mean, there's most likely nothing coming in here anymore. One Su-25 got forced back by my F-16AT, but the other one gets through and kills off the M1A1 command. The F-16 shotgun fighter gets it too late, tried to move in the IRTIS, but it somehow got spotted, I guess, by this recon squad. So it gun runs the IRTIS. I mean, that makes sense, it's an IRTIS. Yeah, so now it's pretty much over, because this M1A1 will take too long to get into here, and there's only 2 minutes left. So that was GG. He also just said that like his move here didn't matter, it was only 300 points, and I thought like, bruh, do you even math? Like, I will catch up. I would have been ahead of you if you wouldn't have gotten the 300 to 400 points from the sector after I get in here, even with all those losses I've taken, even after all of that. Like, this was the move that won him the game. And at this point in the time, I obviously thought that like his helicopter around the back here won him the game. I didn't know that it was the helicopter from the front. So yeah, even though I just completely pushed him out of this map, it was too late. I will get a +6. Maybe if I could have pushed in here at the same time, but I mean, I needed to put all the resources in here to guarantee a push into here. So yeah, like, obviously I didn't lose because of RNG. As I said, I lost because I did a few crucial mistakes, especially this. This one stinger here could have saved the game, but I didn't do it. But I know it for next time. So yeah, also PSA, if you play 2 legs and your enemy has a helicopter command, just put the stinger. Or I mean, I guess in this sector it's a bit harder because you have the forest everywhere. But in here with the tower, you just literally need 1 stinger and you can pretty much stop it. 2 stingers would obviously be better, but 1 would already be enough, most likely, to stop him. But just the RNG on top was just... it was just salt in the wound, you know? Like, 1 single Su-27 killing everything never feels good. Yeah, here I just... Obviously, this was pure desperation. I was 99% sure that my tank wouldn't even make it in time, even if it like didn't get stopped by anything. But I might as well try, you know. And yeah, you can see like 300 points were literally the difference between. It is a draw in defeat. I'm not sure whether he had enough points to get a draw without the back cap here. But I think I could have even gotten a win. So yeah, now obviously here also trying to get Iltis through just in case. I didn't notice that he had a command here. Because I was sure that that you would be able to spot this building from the church here, but yeah, again, apparently you can't. And that was it. Also massively out-trading my enemy, but yeah, nothing you can do if the command helicopters survive. Luckily, well, not luckily, I guess I was just out of range of the heat seeker with the seaplane when I would try to get a run in, and then the A-77 just completely wrecking me. Very, very painful, unfortunately. Yeah. So you can see my F-16s just pretty much useless. This one only got one Mi-24. This one at least got one A-77, so hey, at least something. A seat was nice, getting 2 coups, and this AT plane also getting a coup. Second AT plane also performed fairly well. I mean, those Mi-9s were killed off too late, but hey, MTOB, 2 T-64As and a command T-64B BV. Definitely good kills. This M1A1 CV didn't do a lot. This was the one on the right hand side, I'm pretty sure. But other than that, this mech rifle dragon destroying him in the forests, which is again like he played so bad there. He could have easily stopped this push if he didn't like first buy in only Mordschützen and then only RPO. By the way, you know that's how 2legs is. You do one mistake and then you're like suddenly 5 billion points behind. And this wasn't even like the worst offender of playing 2legs, you know, because none of us was airborne divisions. And this M1A1 as well performing very well. Howitzers didn't do like too much, but I mean I killed off both his howitzers. Only one mortar, surprisingly. I thought I counted better with more of his mortars, but apparently not. Bradley, nice kill list. M113, the insane kill list. The 3 RPOs, Motorzetka, and the coup. Jesus Christ. Absolute MVP of the game, value-wise, or like efficiency-wise. Another M1A1, 2 T-64s, 2 infantry squads, very nice. Kaiwa Warrior, like, performed okay. The first one, unfortunately, being shot down by the A-77, but I mean, that's expected. As I said, those only have 4 HP and no ACM, so you expect them to die to basically anything. M1A1 killing 2 tanks. C9 killing a few units. Abrams, I guess that's what, like, one of the Abrams that pushed through towards the end, killing a bunch of stuff. Well, at this point, not in the backline anymore, but on the front line. M1A1, 2 tanks killed. This is the other ACAV on the left-hand side, killing the one recon BMP2 towards the end, and then very importantly, sniping off the command T-64. That was a very important kill. And yeah, well, that's about it. Today, I didn't even kill the other A-77. Like, look at this. What the fuck am I supposed to do against that? Again, this, by the way, costs 5 points more than this. Good God. And again, I know it's upvetted, sure, but the upvetted missile still has 61% accuracy and not 100. So, it was really, really painful. Because other than that, you can see like nothing performed very amazingly for him. I mean, this T-64 got a bunch of M113s and a CV, but that's about it. And yeah, well, then also the bailout by the MiG-27 towards the end was just... It was just the cherry on top of the shit cake. Oh, man. The S-25HG killing the Kaiwa Warrior. Yeah, obviously with the stray R60, but still funny. Didn't kill a lot of M1A1s actually though. Towards the end he sniped a few of them off, but yeah, that was expected because I had to push in like a madman. But other than that, I kept my M1A1s alive pretty well. So yeah, I would still say that 11 ACAV is an absolute S tier division. You know, losing your first game even with an S tier division, is kind of expected. Not expected, but that tends to happen. And yeah, there will be some more games with 11 ACAV. Don't know how many, because I think I will also try out different divisions. Again, League is starting soon, and I want to have a feeling for different divisions. I don't need to play like billions of games. Just need to get a feeling to remember what divisions have, to then not be in the game and have to like think about, okay, what do I actually have, to just know intuitively. But I hope you liked it, even in the face of horrible RNG and bad decision making by me. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a beautiful day, and bye bye.